All right, the first story this morning has to do with Mr. President. It's been one cancellation after another. Yesterday, it was the president reducing the price for dialysis in federal hospitals across Nigeria. Well, today, the president is also doing something that would affect Nigerians directly. So, some relief may have come the way of telecom subscribers in the country following President Bola Tinubu's decision to scrap the planned 5% excise duty on telecommunication services. The move came at a time when about 172 million active subscribers have been grappling with poor service quality, including data depletion, dropped calls, and failed top ups, alongside a recently approved 50% tariff hike that has boosted revenues for mobile network operators.
Hmm, please. Oh, let me put it this way. Maybe the president is listening to Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala.
That's right, you just took
Because
it out of my mouth.
really, because you recall that when she left the villa, when she was 10 days ago, she said that the reforms are good, but he needs to work on safety nets. What are those things that can make life easier for the people who are feeling the brunt of these reforms? Since that day, the president has been, like Ben did observe, dropping one subsidy or the other, trying to reduce the burden on the people. I think that's really good. The one that is blowing my mind is this data issue. You load up to 7,000 naira a week before you do pew, you don't work. And this is something that helps Nigerians to be happy. The poor, the vulnerable, the jobless, when they're just at home, they're playing with their phones, checking what's going on, and laughing away their sorrows. So the government really needs to be intentional about these things that the people really, really use most times, and that's which you will do that will make the people happy. So yeah, you should scrap them all for those that can be touched.
Well, in February this year, some Nigerians may have forgotten that a new tariff regime came into place. The NCC, the federal government, gave approval for the telecommunication companies in Nigeria to increase their tariff by 50%. At the point, the telecommunication companies had demanded a 100% increase. But because of the outcry of Nigerians, and our reality, Nigerians have been squeezed so much that if you squeeze Nigerians down, you practically squeeze out nothing. They decided to say, okay, instead of 100, let's do 50. And you and I know what that has translated into. I was having a conversation with my wife about 2 days ago. I was like, that I just got embarrassed right now. I was in the middle of a call. The next thing I heard, I was sorry. Your call has been terminated. Your airtime has expired. And I was like, how come?
When I just made
I recharged 1,500
my
naira
brother,
just about 4 days ago, only for that embarrassment to happen. So it says a lot. Most Nigerians may not pay attention to how much our calls are costing us these days. But if you cast your mind back to how much you were buying recharge card and how long the recharge card lasted,
exactly.
compare it to what is obtainable
Exactly.
today, you know that there is a great increase. Same thing with
Great
data.
one,
You
oh.
talked about 7,000 naira data. Do you know the data you get for 7.5 today? Back in, let's say last year, you get the same amount of data for maybe 3.5, but today it has doubled. So for me,
And it will finish quick. Oh,
exactly, it's
take note.
the pace at which you exhaust this data. Sometimes you think somebody somewhere is stealing your data. So this is quite timely on the part of the president. Just this year, in February, the telecoms companies increased to 50%. If the federal government decides to tax the implement the 5% telecom tax, that will be too much on Nigerians. We're still grappling with a 50% increment. Many Nigerians today now resort to making WhatsApp calls instead of the usual
Exactly.
conventional calls in order to save costs. So this is quite sensitive and timely on the part of the president. We want more of such gestures. Let's start coming up with things that would touch the life of an average Nigerian directly. It is not enough telling Nigerians that the economy is growing by 3.5%.
Help us.
What's it called again? Foreign. Um, I'm looking for the right term, but the money we save outside Nigeria, the foreign reserve, that's the right term. Our foreign reserve has increased to $40 billion. The Nigerian who owes part of that $40 billion goes to bed hungry. So it doesn't matter. It makes no sense to an average Nigerian. What matters is if I'm buying Gary 500 today and I go to the market and buy it for 400, an average Nigerian would praise the president and say, hey, indeed, the reforms are beginning to yield the desired fruit. But a situation where before you became the president, Gary was 300. When you were sworn in, Gary went to 700 naira. The person's purchasing power declined. The person's income has remained stagnant. Exactly. So whether the economy is growing by 100% or 7.5%, it doesn't make sense to most people. What makes sense is when they go to the market, that little money in their pockets, they want to come back home with something tangible. House rent, electricity bills, practically everything is choking, and that is our reality. So we need more of such interventions. I'm glad this happened. Like Oliver Twist will keep asking for more.